Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Friday, July 4th, 2025. So, on this July 4th,
Yes.
did you do the crossword?
Yes, I did.
And was it a worthy July 4th crossword?
Well, it didn't create any fireworks in my life, but
Okay.
but it was a good one. It was a tough one for me.
Oh,
I had to have a little bit of help.
Really?
I just couldn't get one part of it.
Huh.
So
Which part was that?
that was the lower right corner.
The lower right corner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. 55 across was certainly tricky. X or XL offering, perhaps. That was Uber.
Yes. I didn't know that because I don't usually get any Ubers.
Right.
I think I've gotten an Uber once in my life.
Oh, you've been in it many times.
Yes, but you're always the one that makes the arrangement.
Maybe they don't identify themselves as X or XL.
Uh-huh.
Well, to get that B, you would have had to have gotten 30 down, spot to swing from, batter's box.
I did get that.
Okay. So you had the B there.
Right. But then 61 across, oafs, oxys,
Oxes. Yes.
I still don't quite understand that.
Well, I mean, an oaf is sort of like a large, lumbering, annoying person, right?
I guess.
And I think of them as like an ox. They're sort of like large and lumbering, sort of like ox. Although I thought the plural of ox was oxen.
Well, that was my point.
Oh, I
Yes,
see.
it's like,
Okay.
is an oxy something?
Well, I think maybe the point is that if you were an oaf, you would think that the plural of ox was oxes.
I don't know.
I think it's one of those meta answers.
I think I better research that because I don't think that's right.
Okay.
But and then 52 down was
Flash setting.
flash setting auto.
Right.
I wasn't sure about that.
All right.
I had mute because I thought oafs, X's. Maybe you might think of an ex-partner as an oaf.
Right.
But so then I had mute. So I thought, well, it could be mute, could be lewd. So I had mute. So then 51 across, avoiding coverage in a way.
Right.
I wanted it to be say I'm shy.
Oh.
Because then you're avoiding coverage. Say I'm shy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be covered. So, but it turned out to be media shy.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I took a while to sort of flail away at that one too, but I thought it had something to do with like stay hidden or something like that, but I obviously couldn't get that to fit.
Mm-hmm. So, well, I had the shy part, but I didn't have enough of the letters that I could see media in there. So, anyway, had to have a little help there.
Little
but
help.
The rest of the puzzle, it was challenging for me, but I did get it filled out.
I thought as I was going through it, I was getting lots of traction everywhere.
Oh,
and I thought, to me, it felt like a fairly straightforward Friday.
Yeah,
But
it was a perfect Friday, I think.
Yeah.
Another one that caused me a little trouble was 25 across. I eventually got it, but the Spanish alphabet's 14th letter without a tilde or 15th letter with a tilde. And I knew it had to be N, but how do you spell the word N? And they spelled it E-N-E. So
Did you not learn this in Spanish class?
No.
They didn't teach you the alphabet?
Oh, they taught us the alphabet, but they didn't say, okay, if you're going to spell out the letter P in Spanish, it would be P-E-E.
Oh.
Or if they spelled out the letter N, it will be E-N-E. I thought it would be if you were, making N into a word, it'd be E-N-N. N. But,
Well, I mean, I thought that like in English, what's the first letter of the English alphabet? A, just the letter A. You couldn't actually use it in a crossword because it wouldn't be long enough.
Right.
So,
but B could be B-E-E.
So what letter is this? This is the letter N?
It's the letter N, yes.
Oh, and they're spelling it out.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay.
So that kind of threw me.
Right.
But eventually I got it.
Mm-hmm.
So. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think where I had the most difficulty. I enjoyed 6 down, put a pilot back into action, was re-air.
Right.
I thought that was sort of cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then 15 across, 8 vis-a-vis 7 and 9. And it was 4 letters long, and I first went for a mid, because it was sort of...
Because in the middle, yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't think of a mid in that case, but then eventually I got the correct answer was mean.
Right.
I was not expecting a statistical reference in today's crossword.
Could have been mode, too.
No, the mode would be the most common, right?
It'd be the median, the middle one.
Yes, the median, right? That wouldn't have fitted.
You're right, yeah, mode would be most common. There is no mode. So.
Next to that, we had 16 across, hurly-burly, hoo-ha.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that, but I got it, but I'm like, I don't know the connection between those two words.
Well, I think I do know a reference or a quote from like Macbeth. It's like, when the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won. I don't know what any of that means. I think is what the 3 witches were saying in their predictions. But I thought it was sort of referring to a fight.
Oh, okay.
I mean, a hoo-ha would be a fight, right?
I don't know.
I think.
I don't really know what hoo-ha means.
Really?
No.
Well,
Anyway.
if only we lived in an age where we could look up hoo-ha, informal, British, a commotion or a fuss. The book was causing such a hoo-ha. So I guess that's the same as the hurly-burly.
I guess so.
A lot of to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We had 18 across. One getting really pumped up at a children's party was balloon dog.
Right. I knew it had to have balloon in there somewhere. It turned out to be the first word.
Yes.
Yeah. Balloon dog.
Yeah, that was cute. And then 9 down. Only MLB player to have 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in a single season. First of all, that's amazing. And the ability to spell their own name would also be, in my opinion, amazing.
You know, I knew who it was right away, but I'm like, how does he spell his name? You know, because like they always just refer to him as Otani, you know, and I knew his name was like SHOHEIOHTANI, but I had no idea how to spell it either, but I did know who it was.
I'm relieved to know that that's more than just one name. It's first and last name.
His first and last name. Otani is his last name.
Okay,
Ohtani.
So it's like Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
he
obviously
is the most amazing baseball player. He's a pitcher. He actually pitches, but he also is just an incredible batsman. You know, he's just an all-around terrific player.
Wow.
He used to play for the A's, the Oakland A's, I think, which is an American League team, so he never got to bat. Now he plays for the Dodgers, so when he pitches, then he also has to go to bat, and he just hits home runs like you wouldn't believe.
Wow.
So, yeah, he's very, very talented.
28 across. A flying fox is actually a type of this. I went for squirrel.
Oh, I thought of squirrel, but then I didn't have the right letters for it.
Well, I had 2 of the right letters in exactly the right place.
Oh, really?
The correct answer was fruit bat, but squirrel would have fitted perfectly, and those UIs lined up.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but it had to go because of among other things. 25 down was slip, and I kept thinking about undergarments, but it was error.
That's right.
A little bit more obvious. 27 down I thought was amusing. The P in Paddington Station, ? Pence.
Yes.
That was cute. Took me a little bit of time. And then 35 across, the hefty herbivore. I went for hippo.
Oh.
You know, it started off with hefty herbivore. It was like leading me to go towards an H word.
Right.
But it was rhino.
I know, yes.
And then 42 across, rightmost column on the periodic table was gases.
Yes.
For some reason, I wanted it to be metal. I don't know why. It took, I guess I had hardly any of those crosses, and it was 5 letters long, but...
I put bases.
Oh.
But I don't know. Can a single element be a base? Or does it have to be connected with something to be a base? Or like an acid, that's usually what, two.
It's a molecule,
Molecule, right? Yeah. So I was way off. It's been a long time since I took chemistry.
Right. 50 down was gossip informally, chin.
Yes, that was an interesting word.
Right.
Gossip.
Yeah.
I guess I've never heard that.
I think when you're moving your chin up and down when you're gossiping, I guess. I definitely it didn't come to mind, but once I got it, I recognized it as being plausible.
Okay.
13 down. Speaking of baseball players, they put runners out, tags.
Yes.
That was impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 across moved like a model. I wanted it to be sachet.
Oh,
But it was strut.
Yes. I couldn't think what it was. They have a certain type of walk, but I don't know what you would call it exactly. But I guess strut would be the closest word.
Maybe slink? No, I guess not.
I don't know, but strut, strut works. Mm-hmm.
And the official television show of the New York Times, 8 down, show with an illustrious five-timers club, in brief, SNL.
That's right.
The official, skit comedy television show.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, if a person has emceed it 5 times, then they belong to the Five-Timers Club.
Right.
So, yes. And they've had several skits about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, this was the 6th crossword for Colin Adams.
Nice job, Colin.
Yeah, he's done 5 Fridays and a Monday.
Wow.
So, looks like maybe Friday is his niche. All right. Well, I think that is it for the crossword.
Okay.
So, thanks everyone for listening.
Yep.
We will be back again with our in-depth, cutting-edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.